This is Josiah Plays Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. As I said 5 years ago when Deus Ex Human Revolution came out, the day has finally arrived. I was very excited for that game 5 years ago because I'm a huge fan of the cyberpunk genre. I'm a huge fan of RPGs. I'm a huge fan of action RPGs. I'm a huge fan of stealth games. I'm a huge fan of espionage type games. And that game, Deus Ex Human Revolution, I did a playthrough of it on my YouTube channel. I loved it. It in fact is one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. So I have been waiting eagerly for a sequel for 5 years. To the day. They released this one on the same day that they released Human Revolution 5 years ago. So 5 years I've been waiting for this, and now it's here, and I am so excited. I'm thrilled, even though I've had some problems. I was ready to start playing 6 hours ago when the game launched, but I couldn't get it to work. Kept crashing. Could not get the game to work. It took me 6 hours of messing with it to finally get everything to work, but now I think it's good. I think it's all good now. I think so. It may still crash, I don't know, but I think it'll be okay. See you later, Aaron Lore. Have a good one. Thanks again for the host, buddy. So, no, I haven't played the original 2. I haven't, and I don't know if I ever will, because them dated graphics might not really work for me after all this time. But I'm having to play this with almost all the graphic settings turned completely down and at 720 resolution instead of 1080, which I'm not happy about. And honestly, the game doesn't look that great because of it. But we're going to go with it anyway. So here it is, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Are we ready to start? I think we are. I am thrilled to pieces to finally get to play this game, and I hope it works. I think it's going to. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off here with these extras. There is a Deus Ex Human Revolution recap video. Now, I just played through Deus Ex Human Revolution again. I mean, I just finished it like a week ago. Playing through it again to prepare myself for this. So, I'm pretty up to speed on the story of Deus Ex Human Revolution. I don't really need the recap video, but I want to watch it anyway because I'm interested in it and I want to see what it says. And so we're gonna watch the recap video first thing. So here we go. And hello Nox Moo. Oh, and hello Jen. Good to see you guys. Man, this stream was supposed to start 6 hours ago, and I've been trying to get the game to work that entire time, and now it finally works. Okay, recap video, go!
The year was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging, half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job, said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentations safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed.
Uh-oh.
A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team.
Those were the bosses from the first game.
Tried to stop them. Their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall.
It wasn't a good moment.
The last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't.
It's safe to say that he didn't ask for this.
High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentations Sarif's money could buy. It took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human
Oh
purists.
yeah, those cyber shades.
Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Seraph's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon.
I talked him down.
Seraph sent me to retrieve it. And when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The Aug killed himself before I could question him. Seraph ordered me to dig deeper, so with the help of Frank Pritchard, Seraph's head of cybersecurity, I did.
Fucking Pritchard.
Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the Aug's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured they'd try again when they saw me. Wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end.
That guy wasn't so bad. Several headshots with the pistol and he went down.
Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone. Farida Malik, Seraph Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the
This is a
reason I'd been
very thorough
Turns out the man
recap.
who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the Aug in Seraph's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did.
Yeah, they're not fucking around, Saito.
Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Seraph Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw.
Corporate espionage.
Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead.
Megan lives!
Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense. David Seraph had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, had turned those signals off.
That's no ordinary news station.
I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more.
Montreal's where this game was made.
Eliza Cassan, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad.
This is the most ridiculously
When I
thorough
confronted
recap
Cassan in
I've
her
ever
office,
seen.
She freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands, I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up, looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercs were led by an augmented killer I'd crossed paths with twice before. Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued.
It wasn't really that deadly, actually. I just stunned her with the stun gun over and over until she died. It was really easy.
No one left to keep Eliza quiet. She reappeared. Turns out Picus's first lady of news wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more.
Well, she had the stealth implant too.
By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities, and the UN was being urged to intervene. Sarif was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor-turned-philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Sarif, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching.
Dude, this recap is like 10 minutes long!
To do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart.
Fucking Taggart.
Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead.
I saved Malik there.
Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha.
I have a feeling canon is that she's dead, though.
Led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Sarif's scientists was dead.
I like this guy.
Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. It was sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea.
This was the DLC.
Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the Hyron Project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead. My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore, and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Sarif's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed.
I didn't get the new biochip.
With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. The little ambush didn't work.
This was a pretty cool boss fight.
I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarif had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point.
Fucking Darrow. I really believed in him, too.
Flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right.
I thought Darrow was cool until he did that.
I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move?
But what's the canon ending?
Give us the answer.
That's what we need to know. What's the canon ending of the first game? Because there's 3 ways, or multiple ways the ending can go down. And I want to know what...
The year.
It's not going to tell us, is it? It's not going to tell us the canon ending. I think I'm going to take a look at these two. These should be much shorter. Just to get fully in the mood here. I think I've watched both of these on the internet at some point, but I wanna get brought into the setting fully here. Yeah, I figured Bob Page was the guy from the first Deus Ex, and he makes a couple very small appearances sort of behind the scenes in Human Revolution. You never actually meet him or interact with him directly. Maybe you do in this game, I'm not sure. Oh, so there was Adam floating in the water after the end of the first game. See? Okay. So he's getting fished out of the water. So even if you blew up Panchaea in the first game, this could happen. In fact, you must have if he's floating in the water like that.
We are human beings. Each and every one of us. This must not go on. This injustice must end.
An increase in the number of terrorist attacks highlights the danger posed by augmented citizens.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
Help me!
Adam Jensen is such a badass.
Sometimes you just have to let go and embrace what you've become.
Does he have a peps in his arm now?
They've worked from the shadows for years, shaping the future, manipulating lives, controlling information. Innocents have died as they play their game.
I don't know what Majestic 5 is.
And allow our rights to be eroded out of fear and ignorance any longer. We will not be herded
That looks
into
cool.
ghettos and treated as outcasts. We will stop at nothing.
The world is different now. The old rules no longer apply.
Who's this sinister looking dude? Oh, he was a bomber.
So much pain. So many lies. Their darkness must end.
It's not gonna look this cool in the actual game.
This should be your fight as well, brother.
I feel the feeling that guy's gonna be a boss fight.
The promise of a golden age is over.
That looks like it's gonna be a cool new Aug. The fucking triangle armor covering your whole body.
I won't let it happen again.
Alright, Adam ain't playing. Alright, let's watch the mechanical apartheid. There's been quite a bit of controversy over the fact that they chose to use the word apartheid in this way. A lot of people not happy about that. He was covered in quincunxes. I think he was covered in triangles, wasn't he? Everything's triangles in Deus Ex.
How did we get here?
Technology is advancing at a phenomenal rate. Artificial eyes to cybernetic limbs.
The promise of a better future.
Oh, the world is wonderful. Everything's
We now
fine.
have the choice to free ourselves from any kind of limitation.
Strength, power, speed. Now I focus on what really matters.
Have these augmentations really been
There are people
tested?
who say that what is happening is unnatural, that we're playing God. But people were scared of electricity, and where would the world be without
What
that?
happens if this technology falls into the wrong hands?
Diseases or viruses that could wipe out
I am all
human
for
race.
augmentations. Go, go, transhumanism.
What kind of madness has gripped the mechanically augmented people? 9 million dead.
I salute our new cyborg overlords.
This is
Only
an
problem
attack
is-
on humanity and the universal values that we share.
These people were hacked. They had no control.
Poor people like me won't be able to get these augmentations if they come around anyway.
Happening again.
I have no idea what happened. I would never.
He tried to kill me.
At what point will governments consider the idea of segregation for all our sakes?
We can be politically correct, or we can be foolish, but it's gonna get worse and
The
worse.
Czech Republic adds its voice to a growing list of countries calling for the relocation of its
We
augmented
have
citizens.
no
Reports of
choice.
severe shortages of the drug neuropozyne required to inhibit the rejection of augmentations.
Adam was genetically engineered as a baby, so he doesn't need neuropozyne. That's kind of what makes him special.
Idiots you get out there on the street. We will not relinquish our limbs. Do you understand?
What is happening on this planet is a mass fear-mongering, and the mainstream media pushing this narrative.
The officer suffered severe facial
Incident after incident after
You need to
incident.
be afraid, because they are coming for you.
We will not be made slaves to corporations. We will rise up.
To them, we are the enemy.
Have you seen what your kind are doing?
My kind? You sound just like them.
We've come to a tipping point.
I can't live like this anymore.
This violence is completely out of control.
I'm all about them augmentations.
What do they have planned for us? Why are they building concentration camps? What's going on out there?
Reports of multiple fatalities. There's only one way to deal with these bloodthirsty fanatics.
A lot of people died. Now you want to take away our freedom?
I don't really find this scenario that realistic, though. I don't think there would be this much of a divide over something like this.
Denies responsibility.
I think people would mostly just go with it.
Has been passed into law, effective immediately.
Augmented persons are being asked to move to safe and secure segregated districts.
I don't want them to take me.
We are still your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, your lovers. We lost everything. Our dreams, our innocence. Where are you taking her? Where are you taking her? Our humanity.
I mean, people being put into concentration camps for having cybernetic limbs and shit, I just don't see it happening. But that's the world the Deus Ex is set in, so that is what we're going to go with. So there we go. We have now seen the videos. We know what kind of world we're going into, what the setting is, what the backstory to this is. We are prepared to fully engage with the narrative of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Are you ready to begin? Did you see how Muslims were treated after 9/11? Well, they weren't put into concentration camps. Yeah, there was a lot of racism and xenophobia and hatred towards them, but, I mean, it's not like they were literally rounded up and put into concentration camps. Of course, we do have, you know, the history in this country of what we did to the Japanese in World War II. Not great. Not one of our proudest moments. But, alright, let's get into this game. We're 24 minutes into this, and we have not yet done any gameplay. Here we go. So, we're going to start a new game. I think I'm going to go... This is challenge levels. I definitely don't want to do Give Me a Story. Give Me a Challenge says this is how the game is meant to be played, so I was thinking about playing that, but I think I might go ahead and go for the Deus Ex, the hard mode. Hardened enemies in tougher situations will make your experience quite challenging and give you a good adrenaline rush. You are one with the machine. When I just did my replaythrough of Human Revolution just recently, it felt pretty easy to me. So, I think I'm going to go for Give Me Deus Ex. Yes, I'm sure I want to start a new game. Okay, we just watched this. Watching a 12-minute recap video. That thing was 12 minutes long. No shit, right? No, I'm not going to watch the recap video because I just watched it. Can always watch it later. Yeah, I watched it. Thanks, though. Here we go. Now we're launching the actual game. Finally, another Square Enix logo, just in case we forgot that they were involved in this. Oh my god, I'm excited. Here we go.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
I wonder where this is supposed to be.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew.
So they got the fear-mongering going, trying to convince people that Augs are automatically terrorists.
Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the Aug incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Eliza delivers
sometimes
impartial,
have to let go.
Unbiased news like Fox News does. Alright, Jensen's embracing.
On us now, Hansa. Are you?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good. Because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Jensen's looking very pale.
Listen up, all of you. We got a sandstorm barreling down our ass and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
I killed a lot of Bell
He's
Tower.
selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident.
That place looks
Not
awesome.
a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
Oh, now we get into choices. Yeah, Jensen's looking really pale. I don't feel like he looked that pale in the first game. He's also got some pretty stylish facial hair now that looks like it involves quite a bit of grooming to keep looking like that. So, I'm not planning to do a completely non-lethal playthrough. I think I'm going to do like what I did just recently when I replayed Human Revolution. I did a partially non-lethal, partially lethal playthrough. What I did was I decided whether or not killing any particular guys made sense to me or not, given who they were and what Adam's, you know, state was at the time and what their relationship was to Adam and what they had done. So he tried to go non-lethal with people that really weren't that bad or whatever, or like with just like ordinary security guards and cops and stuff. He didn't kill any of them. But like anybody that was like, you know, really bad, he just went ahead and killed them. And I'll probably end up doing the same thing in this game. I feel like going into this I should start off non-lethal, because I don't know what any of these individual guys have done or not done. I mean, so far they don't seem like... They're just a smuggling group, right? I mean, it's not like they're blowing up schoolhouses full of children and shit. So I think I'm going to go with non-lethal to start. And then eventually I'll probably start killing people later on. Hey, Boss Pie, good to see you. How you doing? No one except some homeless junkies. No one except Firesnake the Guy Grandmaster. Nice. Alright. Let's start off non-lethal.
We've got a UC in there. Might be easier to maintain his cover if he's not the only one still breathing when this is done.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, but if anything does happen to him, you'll be telling his wife. After you get out of the hospital, of course.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
I can take a tranq rifle or a stun gun. I think you get the same choices in the beginning of Deus Ex, the first main mission in Human Revolution. And I always chose stun gun before, but I think I might choose tranq rifle this time, because having something from a distance is pretty helpful, and if they're up close enough to use the stun gun, I can just knock them out with hand-to-hand takedowns anyway, I think. So we're gonna go with a tranq rifle first.
Well, I'm not looking to play dice with anyone in there. Give me something with distance.
Your call. Less chance of being seen and compromising Singh that way. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said that Jin are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your #1 priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your happy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Oh, we're in Dubai. Okay.
Task Force Actual. This is Knife Leader. Engage hush drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Engage those hush drives, guys. I've never been to Dubai. Heard it's a pretty cool city, though. I carried that stun gun with me all through the entire first game, and I only used it like 3 times. I like the stun gun in theory, but in practice I never ended up using it that much. Alright, more than 3 times, but still. Not as many times as you would think. Alright, so apparently I have the Icarus landing system already. I wonder, I'll be interested to see what Augs they actually start me off with. Triangles. Triangles everywhere! The whole world is made of triangles.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Wow, you can rotate items when you pick them up now. Yeah, traffic cone. Feels like I can jump fairly high, but probably not quite as high as the jump Aug before. I can throw so many buckets. Oh, look at that. I can just throw all the buckets I want. Alright, so I apologize for the graphics. I have everything turned down almost to the minimum settings, and I'm playing at 720 resolution instead of 1080, so the graphics look kind of bad compared to how beautiful I know this game can look. So my apologies for that, but I couldn't get it to work any other way. That's quite a spire over there. See, I like the fact that I've got a scope that I can zoom in with on this. If I had the stun gun, I wouldn't have that. Alright, so let's think about what we're doing here. First things first. Yeah, I'm playing on PC, Photon Joker. So, anyway, here's my inventory. What do I have here? Typhoon ammo, really? I don't have the Typhoon already, do I? Alright, so it begins. Josiah reads all the things. Oh, this is cool that I can rotate this around and look at it. Looks pretty awesome. Flip to open. A pack of 10mm liquid crystal elastomer. Are they just making up words right now? Elastomer projectiles, whatever that means. Molded into a frangible diffusion matrix. Saito probably knows what frangible means, but I don't. And spin stabilized for maximum range when deployed by the Typhoon explosive system augmentation. The Typhoon in the first game was a thing inside you that basically let you shoot out, like, turned you into a walking Claymore mine, basically. You, like, shot out little projectiles in all directions with a huge explosion and you could kill everything. Yeah, I know. I hate inventory Tetris as well. To use your DLC... I don't have the DLC items equipped. I mean, I have the DLCs turned off because it was one of the things I had to do to make the game work. So I have no DLC items right now. By default, the projectiles are lethal. Modification of the Augmentations firing system can alter the ammunition's liquid compound to deploy non-lethal gas rounds without the need to change ammo charges. Alright, that sounds pretty cool. Functionality. Typhoon ammunition clears surrounding enemies in a 360-degree radius when used by the Typhoon augmentation. Typhoon augmentation is expended automatically each time the Typhoon augmentation is activated. If there's no Typhoon ammunition available in the inventory, the augmentation cannot be used. I don't know if I actually have the Typhoon, but I have some Typhoon ammo. And look, you've got to get Augs to get additional inventory space again, just like the presence of a Tetris inventory often means a secret cow level portal is nearby. Is that right? Frangible basically means it breaks up upon entering a body. Huh, okay. What is this? Oh, this is my my tranq rifle ammo. Wow, these items look pretty cool. Hypodermic darts, hypodyne, PPS shell. Using the patented propelled penetration system, these long-range tranquilizer darts deliver a cocktail of analgesic and dissociative drugs, including ketamine and diazepam, that renders targets unconscious almost immediately. They have no effect against inorganic targets, robots, turrets, etc. Who needed to be told that? Who needed to be told that tranq darts are not going to work against robots? I mean, really? Okay. Yeah. Would not have figured that one out on my own. Use tranq darts to incapacitate targets without killing them. They can be used at long range. The tranquilizing agent does take some time to act. Okay. You're willing to drop non-useful unique items. Hashtag sleepybot. Nice. What is this thing? A biocell? The fuck is a biocell? It's a voltaic bioelectric cell. Is this a battery to recharge your augmentations or something? This bioelectric cell made by Voltaic is a portable version of the energy storage cells used to power augmentations. They are fully compatible with their internal counterparts and can easily be used for a quick recharge. Voltaic also ensured they would be compatible with current industrial biocell standards so they can function with a wide range of powered objects. So is this like the new equivalent of the energy bars from the first game? Maybe they decided that using energy bars to recharge your fucking augmentations was silly. And now they have something that makes a lot more sense. Use biocells to replenish your energy meter in full or to power electrical equipment outfitted with special sockets. Keep in mind that biocells are single-use items that will disappear after activation. Alright, tab or V for the quick inventory, and then press equal. Hold on. Oh, I see. Got myself a little... Oh, there's hypostem injector. Man, I started with all kinds of stuff. Augmentation, smart vision, typhoon... Glass shield, cloaking, leg silencers. Do I really have all this stuff already? Because that's amazing. Okay, here's a hypostem. What is this? Does this increase my health? Like it does in the... Whoa, hold on. You can tell this menu is designed for consoles. Oh yeah, of course you can. This is just a PC port after all. You want to know the technology that lets them disappear after use? That's some hyper-dimensional disposal tech there. The entire thing goes inside your body and it's biodegradable. It just, I don't know, it breaks down in your body. That's what we're going with. Alright, so here's the Stimjector. Nice fucking portmanteau there, guys. The hypostim contains 1 dose of an injectable stimulant that increases the health bar. If this surpasses the current health maximum, the extra points will not regenerate after being depleted by damage. Okay, so that's just like the first game. Used to recover half of the health meter. If health is already full, consumption will raise it above the maximum until damage is received. Alright, we'll hold on to that for a second. Here's my sweet tranq rifle. Whoa, customize. Hey now. I don't have a laser. I have just 1 type of ammo. Maxed out damage output. Ammo capacity. Rate of fire. Accuracy. Huh. Parts available, none. Alright. TRQ-203C is a non-lethal modification of the Steiner-Bisley longsword meant for sedation and capture of large animals, or humans, so that they can be safely handled. It is very accurate at long range, but can fire only a single round before requiring a long reload. The TRQ fires 50 caliber PPS shells that deploy a syringe that delivers a drug load that induces torpor and unconsciousness. No effect on non-organic targets. They had to tell me that again. Oh god, Eidos busting out some science in my chat that is not possible to be understood. Alright, so I've got the tranq rifle. What do we have here? Gas grenade. Hello. The Riot CS. Man, I have fucking been in CS gas before. It is no joke. Is a standard tactical anti-personnel gas grenade capable of discharging a significant dose of an undisclosed fentanyl derivative as well as CS gas, also known as tear gas, over a defined radius. The CS gas causes incapacitating effects, while the fentanyl, a synthetic analgesic, puts targets to sleep. A hand-thrown device, the grenade has no effect against inorganic targets. Again, can't use gas against robots. Thanks for the heads up there. Or targets equipped with sealed environment masks or rebreather augmentations. Releases a cloud of anesthetizing gas that knocks out any target caught in it. Work on an ornithopter. I doubt it works on an ornithopter. I don't think I'll have to encounter any ornithopters in this game, though. Alright, fine. Press or hold G to throw. And is this an EMP grenade? Oh, it's a smoke grenade. Did they even have smoke grenades in the first game? I want to say they didn't. I don't remember ever using them, if they did. The KSA-type smoke grenade is a non-fragmenting, hand-thrown device that expels a thick cloud of smoke, obscuring enemies' line of sight. Equally effective against human and robotic adversaries. You can use smoke against robots. It can be used as concealment while traversing an open area or as a diversionary tactic during an escape attempt. Releases a cloud of thick, sight-blocking smoke when triggered. Use smoke grenades to hide while moving or activate smart vision to see through the smoke while attacking. Alright, good. So, let's put some stuff in my quick slots here. I don't know if I need to put weapons in the quick slots or not. Doesn't look like I can just casually drag stuff down to the quick slots anymore. Oh, that's how I do it. I just mouse over it and press the button. Alright, what else we have? Okay, now we're talking. Why no robo-gas? Alright, so I'm not going to read the description of all the Augs that I don't have. I'll read the description when I get them. Wait, I already have the social enhancer? There's only one level of it and you already have it to start off? That's kind of crazy. Oh man. I also already have all 3 levels of the LiDAR mark tracker. I have all 9 levels of the energy converter. Should I have this many Augs? I have all 4 levels of the glass shield. Should I have this many Augs? Why do I have all these Augs already? Did it somehow detect that I have a save of the first game on my computer and, like, give me a bunch of stuff? I seriously already have all these Augs. What's going on here? This is weird. Social enhancer. This is the first one I would have bought if I didn't already. Dialectic enhancer. Hey CyberGen, how you doing? Good to see ya. Oh, maybe one of those cases where you have a bunch of awesome stuff and then lose it. Oh, you could be right, Cydo. We could be starting in media res here, and they're gonna take all this shit away from me. Alright, hold on. Let's, Alright, Casey Augs, probably just like, and with the pheromones, probably just like in the first game. What do we have here? Hacking capture. Okay, but I don't have all the hacking mods, which is interesting. Hacking capture, camera domination, turret domination, robot domination, just like the first game. Better hacking capture all the way up to level 5, just like the first game. Okay. We have here hacking fortify. Alright. Looks like hacking probably works a little bit different in this game. I'll probably get a tutorial or something when it's time to hack. Hacking stealth, that was very important in the first game, if you actually wanted to hack decently. Apparently I already have the first level of it. I have 2 levels of info link. Look, I don't know if I'm actually going to keep these things or not. Alright, the info link is basically just like my comm link. It just lets me talk to people and hear people talking to me. It's basically like a radio built into my head or something. Stealth avatar. Okay, last known position. LiDAR mark tracker. I never liked using the mark and track in the last game. I didn't even take it in my last playthrough. Smart vision. I already have smart vision. Press B. Select it and assign it to one of the Augs slots. Tap to activate and deactivate. I don't have Magpie, highlights useful items. But I do have greatly reduce the energy consumption. Hold on. Okay, cloaking's on F4. Leg silencers is on F1. Typhoon's on F2. No, I want Typhoon on F4. We'll go with that. So there's my smart vision. It's not all that smart, is it?
Jensen, we're moving through... Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Gen have got a few Jennies up and running. Gonna have to hack keypads.
Should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
I hope me fucking around here is not, like, causing a problem with some sort of time limit. But mostly I've been in menus, so I should be basically paused when I'm in these menus, right? Retinal HUD. Flash suppressant, I don't have that. The Wayfinder radar system. Alarm timer, topographics. Vision feedback. Okay, that's vision cones. Noise feedback. Okay, that's just like in the first game. I don't have the range boost. Sentinel health system. Health regeneration. Oh, extra hit points. See, something's going on here. I'm gonna get these Augs taken away from me. I must, because I have way too many Augs already. Civilian settings, defib. Generate health and... Alright, that increases. I don't have those. That increases. But apparently I have all the energy. Biocell. Which is... There's no way they're going to let me keep all these Augs. I even have the gas resistance thing, so I can... I've got punch through wall already. Okay, that's a good one. I love punch through wall. Instant takedown. Lift and throw heavy objects. That's like one of the first ones I get. The jumping Aug, the social Aug, and the lift heavy objects are like the first ones I get. But I don't have the fucking extra inventory capacity, though, of course. Okay, these are ones I don't care about. Reload speed, recoil compensation, aim stability. I probably won't take any of those until I already have, like, everything else. Icarus Landing's amazing. This is also one of the first ones I'd take, normally, but, apparently I don't need to, because I already have it. Multiple takedown, that one's pretty cool. Apparently I already have it. Typhoon, I wouldn't even take normally. Whoa! Typhoon has a stun configuration now? That's awesome! You can use stun configuration to do non-lethal... I guess. Are you armless? No, I'm not armless. Probably way too... The gens... Yeah, the gens are already there. They've already left. Glass shield cloaking. This thing's already maxed out. Melee combat will disrupt the... Wow. So I can take people down and stay cloaked. Wait, you could do that in the first game. I was all excited, but then I realized you could already do that in the first game. Okay, dermal armor I don't really care about. Oh, except I do like the EMP shielding, though. And then there's the jump. So the jump mod is like the very second one I would ever take after the social mod. The jump mod is so necessary. But apparently I already have it, and the leg silencers. Okay, so for some reason I have shit tons of Augs. You're happy about the fact that Pritchard is not bitching into Jensen's head right now? Parts available. Apparently there's crafting in this game. I've got a multi-tool. P-Jack is a portable multi-use anti-security hacking device. When fired at any secured device, it emits a directed burst of microwave energy that neutralizes most conventional locking systems. Oh, I see. I don't have one of these. I can make one of these if I had 120 parts. And I could make... Oh, this is kind of cool. Crafting is a nice addition to the game. I can make biocells and make Typhoon ammo and stuff, and mine templates. The C-Tech Ground Zero GZ1 mine template is a user-deployed, battlefield-configurable, multifunction landmine for use in anti-personnel, anti-material, or distraction operations. It can be combined with grenades to create a situation-specific static explosive, fragmentation, EMP, concussion, smoke, or gas. Once initiated and deployed, the mine's built-in vibrational and atmospheric sensors will trigger a fused detonation on the approach of any threat vector. These were really good in the first game for times that you wanted to take out robots or groups of people without alerting them, because you could sneak up, place the mine, and then they would set the mine off, and it wouldn't alert them to your presence because they set the mine off. Whereas if you just throw a grenade with the EMP or gas, it does alert them because you just threw a grenade. So the mine templates are actually very helpful for being super sneaky. Alright, here's my objectives. I have no side missions, no points of interest, no history. Main mission says Black Market Buy. 6 months ago, I started working for Task Force 29, Interpol's newly formed anti-terrorism unit. Okay, so there we go. That's important information. That's what Jensen is doing now. He no longer works for Seraph. He now works for an Interpol anti-terrorism unit. So he's basically international Spec Ops cop or something. Early this morning, a tip from an undercover agent sent me and the team racing to Dubai, where a black market arms deal is going down. Our mission? Disrupt the party. This multi-tool is from St. John's Dairy Farm. Objective details: seal off access to the atrium. The deal's going down in the atrium. Aaron Singh, the undercover agent whose tip brought us here, sent his criminal gang to the penthouse level. I need to make sure they stay there by sealing off access to the elevators. Secondary objective: jam the signal booster. The Jinn have a SATCOM signal booster set up somewhere in the penthouses. Singh's got a better chance of maintaining cover if I can find and disable it. Alright, so that's my mission. Here's the map. Alright, so there's different buildings, different areas. Wait. Oh, that shows me what where my mission is. Other levels, other levels. Okay, legend. Right. Jensen's right there. Alright, there's my map. History. Email, pocket secretaries, ebooks, story items, none. Breach software, Square Enix members. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. I don't have any of this stuff yet. Accessing... I don't have any downloadable content because I disabled it all in Steam. Alright, so I've gone through that whole menu. What does this say? Welcome to the divided world. The year is 2029. 2 years after a madman's attempt to teach the world a lesson sent millions of mechanically enhanced people into a killing frenzy. Yeah, I was there for that. Oh, that's the precursor to UNATCO, which is the organization you start off with in the first Deus Ex, and later you discover it's actually run... Well, that seems kind of spoilery. Okay, so... Interesting. This is the precursor to that. What year did the original Deus Ex take place in? You know, the in-game year, I mean. Wasn't it like something like 20 years after Human Revolution? Tensions between Augs and Naturals have exploded since then. Extremists in both camps use violence to make their voices heard. Black market sales of weapons and augments have reached unprecedented heights, while the United Nations debates extreme measures to end the societal divide. Against this backdrop of chaos, one man will struggle to expose its true source. Adam Jensen, Interpol's newest counter-terrorism agent. Alright, so what is this? This lets me save, load, options, alright. What do I need to know about keybinds real quick? Forward, backward, left, right, sprint with shift, walk with caps lock, jump with space, interact with E, crouch with C or control. F for cover. Left mount, reload, grenade, holster weapon, takedowns with Q, remote hack with E, throw object, remote hack stopworm with a Q, rotate object, in-game menu, inventory, map, objectives, database. What is database? Tech tree, that must be my augmentations. Weapon management. Let's see, let's try out L, P, and Y. F5 for quick save, I'll be using that a lot. Quick augmentation. Wow, there's a lot of... Okay. Alright, L is this. P is this. Oh, cool! I saw this in screenshots. And I was wondering how to do it. Okay, so I can't change my ammo type, but apparently some guns would be able to change ammo types, which is pretty rad. Firing pattern single shot, again, I can't change that on this gun, but this is neat. The weapon management thing is going to be cool on some guns, I'm sure. Okay, now then. Oh. Press Y to enter weapon management view. Use this view to switch ammunition type, remove attachments, and change firing pattern. Alright, cool. So we are now ready to actually proceed with the legitimate mission here. There's a quick save. Let's see if it happens really quickly or not. It happens pretty quickly. But that is going to be in our next episode. If you're watching the stream, don't worry. I'm not going to stop playing. But if you're watching the YouTube video, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Deus Ex Mankind Divided.